Hello and welcome to GapMaps. This video will give you an overview of the functionality in GapMaps Live so that you can effectively use the platform. In this video, we're going to cover adding new locations, the pin panel, catchments, attach details, reports including our catchment report and our business export report, business locations, generators, layers, and some tips and tricks along the way. After logging into GapMaps, on the left-hand side, you'll see where your core modules live. Typically, when we're working on the left-hand side, we view things at a national level. Let's begin with company locations, which is this first button up the top here. This is where your network lives. Expanding your business pool, you'll see your location types, such as existing, closed, under construction, and proposed. You can have as many location types on your account as you like, and they can be called whatever you like as well. If you need help setting these up, please get in touch with our client services team. To view your network, click on the checkbox next to any of your location types for them to appear on the map, and notice that our location legend has appeared as well. From here, view any of your sites by hovering over the location, click on the location to open the pin panel, and then you can click on Zoom to Location to zoom you right into that site. Adding new locations is simple, and there's two ways to get a pin down on the map. The first is to pan your map to the location you'd like a pin, and at the top, click on the Drop a Pin button for a pin to fall onto the map. From here, you can click and drag the pin to a more appropriate location. If you're searching for a specific location, use the search bar at the top of GapMaps. Type in your location's address. You can also use business names, suburbs, or latitude and longitudes to search here. Select your location from the drop-down. A pin will appear on the map and the right-hand side panel will appear. To save your location, click on Save Location To and select either company locations, which will save your site into any of your business pools and location types, or you can select My Locations, which will save this location to your My Locations folder, making this site only visible to yourself. We're going to select company locations for this example. From here, we can name our location, adjust the address, latitude, and longitude, and we'll need to select which business pool and location type we'd like this site saved to. In this scenario, let's select business pool and proposed. Once we're happy with our selections, we'll click on Save, and that site will adjust on the map. There's a few things that we can do in the pin panel. First, in the top right corner, you have Street View, which will allow you to quickly check that your pin's dropped in the correct location, along with conduct things like dirt strength analysis or site analysis. You also have the option to toggle the label using this Show Label toggle just here. Attach Details allows you to use GapMaps as a single point of reference for your network. You can attach notes, photos, and files through here. You can also attach site information. Some example fields I have set up on my account are proposed open date, proposed format, parking, GLA, and flood zone. This can be imported and exported via CSV or updated one by one. We also have an app called GapMaps Connect where you can manage this information whilst you're on the road. Back into the main screen, we have a few more options. We can move the pin if we need to adjust its location, and edit the location is where we'll go if we ever need to adjust the location type. Under catchments, GapMaps offers 4 core types: radius, trade area, travel, and layer-based. What you'll also notice is there's already a 1 kilometer radius assigned to this pin. This is your default radius and will be on every site in GapMaps, your locations, business locations, and generators, but keep in mind you can have as many catchments on a pin as you like. Let's go ahead and create a few. To create a new radius catchment, I'll click on the plus. I'll resize the catchment to the size I prefer, either by clicking these plus and minus buttons or by typing in the size that I'd like. Be sure to name your catchment in line with what you're creating, and you also have the options to adjust that catchment's fill color, border color, and width from here. Click on Create Catchment, and that catchment will create and save to this pin. Your next catchment type available is Trade Area. This is great to use if we would like to create a catchment that avoids some natural barriers, for example, like the river to the western side here. To create a trade area, after clicking Add, use the left button on your mouse to click points on the map to begin drawing the boundary of your catchment. Once you've clicked all of the points that you're happy with, double-click on your mouse to lock that shape in place, name your catchment in line with what you'd like to name it, and click Create Catchment to save that. Next, we have travel catchments, which allows you to look at catchments in either driving or walking in time or distance. To create a new travel catchment, click on the plus button. Select your travel time. In this situation, we'll do drive time, 10 minutes on a Thursday at 6 p.m. Click Create Catchment, and we'll see that drive time appear on the map. To visualize or stop visualizing a catchment, click on the toggle button, and you'll see that freeform catchment disappear. Our final catchment type that we'll be going through is layer-based. This allows you to create a catchment out of predetermined geographic areas. Click on the plus, select the census year you'd like to work with, select which geographic area you'd like to work with. We have in Australia from statistical area level 1 all the way up to areas such as local government, Commonwealth electoral divisions, and state electoral divisions. For this situation, let's use suburb. We'll see the boundaries for all suburbs appear on the map. You'll also notice as I hover over each of these that we're getting those suburb population counts in the top right corner. Click using the left button on your mouse to select the suburbs you'd like included in your territory. You'll also notice over on the right hand side here that we're receiving the total sum of the population across those boundaries we've selected. Once we're happy with the boundaries we've selected, we can go ahead and name our catchment. In this case, I'll name it 140k pop and click on Create Catchment. Now that we've created some catchments, let's take a look at our catchment options using this 5-kilometre radius as an example. Clicking on these vertical 3 dots will open up our catchment options info. We have View Detail, which will open up and give us some information about the catchment. Edit Catchment, where we can adjust the size and name of the catchment. View Demographics info, which will give us a high-level demographic snapshot from within that catchment. Style Catchment, which allows us to change the fill colour, border colour and width. Just click the selector here, select the colour you'd like to change it to, click Out and click Save. You also have the option to delete the catchment from here. Let's take a look at our 2 core reports that are based on catchments, our catchment report and our business export report. The catchment report button can be found on any catchment via this button here. Click on the catchment report button and the catchment report will open in a new tab. This report can be downloaded via the download report button up the top here and downloaded as a PDF or a CSV. The catchment report is broken down into defined area, which is anything within the boundaries of that catchment, and benchmarked against state and country. The other core report is the business export report, which allows you to export a list of businesses that live within a catchment. Click on the 3 dots and click on Export Businesses. From here, we have a selector. In this scenario, let's select fast food. And we'll select KFC and McDonald's. Scroll all the way to the bottom and select Export. You'll receive an email that contains a CSV once that report is ready. What this report will give us is a list of every single KFC and McDonald's that live inside the boundaries of this catchment. Here's our business export. This gives us a list of every KFC and McDonald's that lives within a 5-kilometre radius of our 15-star crescent pin that we just looked at. As you can see, this report gives us a list of address information. And then as we scroll across to the right here, we have distance. This is measured in kilometres and is from point A to point B as a direct line or as the crow flies. Where we have metadata about these points of interest attached to those data sets, that information will also come out in the report, such as year opened, open 24 hours, store type, drive-through, etc. This will always be publicly available information that our POI team has scraped as part of the data upload process. I'll show you how to quickly understand if a dataset has this attached later in this video. Back into GapMaps now, I'm going to clear my map and we're going to take a look at how to visualize the competitive landscape. We'll be taking a look at business locations and generators next. Business locations allows you to visualize points of interest and competitors on the map. As you can see, I have a list of classifications here. I would like to open up childcare and say we would like to see all long day care centres. By clicking this, we'll get a macro or a national view, which means that we'll be seeing every single long day care centre in Australia. The legend in the top left corner is telling me that there's 9,541 available. This data is sourced from a Sequa. As I zoom in, I can click on any of these pins and read through the pin panel. Any analysis we can do to our own sites, we can do to points of interest and competitors as well. Notice how the pin panel looks the same? The core difference here is where we're uploading publicly available data sets, such as the SEQA data. When I'm hovering over any of these childcare centres, I can read the name, and I can also see there's additional information available. In the pin panel, if I click View next to site details here, I can read that information in more detail, along with copy it all to my clipboard. You can view as many locations on the map at once as you like, just by selecting them from the list. This can be across your company locations, business locations, and generators. The next module we'll take a look at is generators. Generators work the exact same way as business locations, but the intention behind them is that they're places that generate foot traffic, like shopping centres, hotels, schools, etc. Expand the classification that you'd like to visualise, select the category you'd like to visualise, they'll appear on the map, hover over those locations to read the name and see if there's any metadata available, click on the pin. Any analysis you can do to your own sites, you can also do to points of interest and competitors via the pin panel here. Next, we'll take a look at layers. Layers allows us to view demographic information on the map as a thematic layer. These also work in a similar way. You have your general layers, premium layers, and then private layers if you've had any of advisory work or we've uploaded any of your data for you. We'll focus on general layers for today. Expand the section you'd like to visualize and expand the geography you'd like to visualize it at. The layer will appear on the map. Expand the legend pulling down the arrow at the top left corner here. As we're working on the left-hand side, this will give us a national view of this layer. As we're investigating areas, hover over any of the geographies, and in the top right corner, the information panel will give us more information about that area. If we would like to take a screenshot of that specific area, you can single click on that site, which will pin the information box in place. And once you're finished, you can unpin it. All layers work the exact same way, they're just different answers to different questions. For example, if you'd like to look at CEFAS scores, expand the CEFAS score section, click the checkbox, and CEFAS scores will appear on the map as well. For ease of use, in the bottom right corner, we have options for zoom in and out, rotating the map, a 3D tilt view, and then compass will always bring you back to north to south. You also have access to Google Pegman, which will allow you to visualize Street View in anywhere that's blue. Down in the bottom left corner, you have the option to visualize different base maps. By default, GapMaps will display Google Maps. However, we can change it selecting the Switch Base Map button here. You'll have access to things like Google Satellite and Google Hybrid, along with maps from the Mapbox suite, which are nice simple maps that remove a lot of visual noise. We also have a handy measuring tool in the top corner here, which will allow you to either measure distance by clicking points on a map, or measure area by clicking points on the map to draw the area. Down in the bottom left corner is our Help Centre. You can always start a chat with us between 9 and 5 Australian Eastern Time, take a tour of GapMaps, or if you click on the Help button here is where all of our articles live. In the Getting Started section, everything that we've covered in this video is laid out step by step for you with videos and screenshots. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. We're excited to have you on board and can't wait to see what you achieve with GapMaps. GapMaps, you're in the right place.